Hey guys, welcome to the Coffee and Coaching Podcast. I am Coach Kamara.
I'm Coach Jack G. We hope you enjoy today's episode. We hope you take a lot of value away from it, and we might even make you laugh a little bit.
We started this podcast to help empower and inspire you to take control and create the life that you want to lead.
But remember, everything we say is our opinion. We're not medical professionals. So if we talk about anything that you want to implement into your life, please go and speak to your doctor first.
If you enjoy the episode and you enjoy the podcast, please subscribe, share it with anyone that you think might take value from it. And if you can share it on your social media, it would be massively, massively appreciated.
That's enough of that. Let's get into today's episode.
I've gone for an espresso.
I know, this is a big moment.
It's dangerous.
Do you know a story? I love this because I do this. Me and 92 Degs have got a bit of a love-hate relationship, actually. You know the guy with the long hair that works in there?
I don't know. I don't pay attention to people.
You're not really observant with stuff like that, are you?
Did you?
Connor.
Just,
Connor, if you're listening to this, I apologise because you seemed to have pissed off at me today. But it's not really my fault. You heard the order wrong. So he done you a single. He was like, coconut, single espresso. And I went, ask for a double here, mate. And he was like, you know when someone gives you that look, like, fuck off. Because it's like 10 grams more of coffee. He was just like, and he was like, oh, I'll just have that then. I went and made another one. So I feel like the first one he made that he didn't give me, the single, probably would have been a good coffee. That, however, was that's going to taste as bitter as the bitterness he had inside him when he made it. Yeah.
Do you know,
his bitterness will have seeped into that coffee.
When I came in, like, I was just looking at it, first of all. Why is it in 2 cups?
It smells nice.
Second of all, what the fuck? Like, you're just even looking at that. What the fuck is that?
To be fair, it's been sat in there for like 10 minutes as well. So, like, the crema's gone. It had a nice crema on it when I got it. Yeah, it did. I'll give him that.
Well, it's fucking disintegrated. Does that mean anything about the freshness of the coffee or something? Like, the
crema will die. The crema just bubbles, doesn't it? It just goes. It's been here for about 10 minutes, that. Do you know what I mean? And I've walked around the corner.
Do you know what? It's better than normal.
Yeah. Okay. Is right, Connor.
It's very room temperature, which isn't great, but that's obviously just because I'm late. So the actual flavors are all right. It's better than normal.
And I've got a can of water, and it's weird.
That is weird. I remember having one.
Do you know why? It does. It's not that it tastes different, but my brain is expecting it to taste fizzy.
Yeah.
Like a Coke or like a Sprite or something. So when I drink it and it's water, it's fucking messing with my head. Yeah.
It's strange. I'll just stick to bottles.
Do you know what it is? I just clicked. It's Red Bull can size and shape. So I'm drinking it and I'm expecting to taste Red Bull. That's what it is. And it's water, so it's proper messing with my head. Yeah, but the coffee, it's just a standard coconut, innit? So I'm not even going to review it. We know it's good. They do a good foam. I'll drink it in a minute. It'll taste absolutely awful.
So yeah, today we realised after last episode that we didn't cover some things that we should have about productivity. So we're going to wrap those bits up and then move on to today's episode, which is struggles that we experience as coaches and business people and self-employed individuals.
But unlike the last episode, which we said that's what we were going to talk about, we're actually going to talk about it today because we realised we got a bit distracted and went into productivity.
We came in thinking, today we'll talk about struggles, and then just started talking about productivity and then titled it Top Tips for Productivity.
Yeah. But if you've listened to last week's episode, you'll notice at the start of that episode, we were like, we're going to talk about the struggle because of the five biggest struggles of being a coach. And we never.
So here we are.
So we're going to talk about struggles today. But we're actually going to talk about them. So
some productivity things which we didn't finish off last episode. Probably one of the most basic, glaringly obvious ones is nutrition. Like, we were saying this before the podcast, it's hard for me to like actually back this up. But if your diet's shit, you feel like shit.
Yeah.
And you perform like shit. It's something that we can't really argue with because everyone sort of understands it on some level. If you've eaten horrendously for a week, you've got brain fog,
Yeah.
you're tired, you're lethargic, you just feel shit. You don't feel good. You're not feeling happy, excited, purposeful. You've got no direction. It's just everything is affected.
I mean, if we can get into the science of it a little bit, can't we? Like all of the things that you eat in shitty food digest poorly, and they're poor quality, like carbohydrates, fats, and even the proteins. Like the protein in a doner kebab is not going to be as beneficial as the protein in like good quality, well cooked chicken breast. Do you know what I mean? So like, and the same for anything. Like processed sugar isn't going to like be as beneficial for you as like starchy carbs in terms of like performance and recovery and stuff. So if that's all that's going into your body, it's like not digesting properly. It hasn't got the micronutrients in, which I think is a massive thing.
Yeah. Like when I say we don't want to get into the science, it's more like I've never looked into the science.
Yeah.
I can't say this is
specifically why you feel like shit.
But it's more like just using a bit of common sense, like stuff like that. Yeah, obviously. Like the amount of inflammation that's going to be caused from just eating Mackies for the week or burgers and pizza, and it's just like the stress response just simply from
I wouldn't
putting
be
that
surprised
in
if
your
that
body.
was just
That's probably what it is.
It's just the stress response. Your body's just like
blood sugar just going through the roof.
Yeah.
And just causing loads of so not loads of, well, yeah, it will be causing insulin, but also what I meant to say is causing loads of inflammation, and it's just fucking you up. Stress response has just gone through the roof. You can't focus, brain fog, you're just fucked. So like, yeah, obviously, like just basic mechanistic science and anyone's base level of understanding of nutrition. If you eat shit diet, you're gonna feel like shit.
You feel shit.
You're not gonna be productive. So that's a big one. Just generally eating good foods, eating good, nutritious, nutrient-dense foods, fruits, vegetables, shit like that. High quality foods. Do you know what? I went to the butcher last week, and the quality of the meat is so much better.
Yeah.
Do you know? I was absolutely stung by the price though. Holy fuck! Me, for some reason in my head, I thought it was cheaper.
Nah.
I thought it was cheaper to go to the butcher's than it was to go to like supermarket.
No, mate.
And I went, I'll have kilo and a half of chicken, kilo and a half of diced beef, please. And he weighed it all out, and I was like, yeah, it looks sick. That like, the red meat looks proper red.
Right.
Looks
yeah,
proper,
it's the right colour.
Looks heavy. And then he went like £35, please. I was like, what?
It's like 2 days
Sorry,
worth
what?
of food.
It's like, it's normally like 15. Are you sure? So I was like, oh, that's ruthless. That. So that stung me a little bit, but then I left and I was a bit like, but then I was driving home and I was like, do you know what? The nutrient quality in this meat is going to be so much better. Like if you get chicken from Asda or like any supermarket, really, if you ever cook chicken and it's just sitting in a pool of water,
Yeah.
it's disgusting.
Have you ever seen the Dispatches video of the chicken factory? So the chicken
pump water into it.
Not only that, this was mad. It was like it was either like a hidden camera or like camera phone footage of inside like the chicken packing factory. So like it was all, they were already chicken breasts. They weren't like, it wasn't the like killing the shit. It was like the chicken breast getting put in the packets. And M&S, Lidl, Aldi, Asda, Tesco, I think pretty much everywhere all gets their chicken from this same company, and they just get packaged in different packets. So when you go into Marxie's and you're paying £9 for £4 little chicken, they've come from the same factory and they've just been put in different packaging.
Mad.
And labelled differently. But in this video, they were ripping open M&S packets and taking the chicken out and putting it back into like farm fields or whatever it is for Aldi, and packing them into farm fields ones, because obviously they'd like done too many M&S ones and farm fields needed more. So they were just ripping them open and putting them in there.
Mad.
Ones were falling on the floor and he was just picking them back up and putting them in the packets and sending them off and stuff. It was mad. It's the maddest thing I've ever seen.
Lad, that's heavy there.
But I'm still alive, so it can't be that bad for you, can it? Lots of bit of food on the floor. Like,
well, lad, now I sort of made a decision. I'm just never going to go back to the supermarket chicken or any meat really, because it's obviously within reason. Like,
I'd love my own farm.
It would be sick, but it's just like, I don't know where the fuck you would get started with that. But like the quality.
Buy a cow.
Just buy a cow, and then what? What do you feed it? How much do you feed it? Where do you put it?
It's like getting a dog though, innit? But bigger. And you don't have to have it in the house with you. And you're going to eat it in the house.
How do you make sure it doesn't like get eaten by predators? How do you make sure it doesn't?
Big dog.
Well, what if a wolf comes?
Big farm dog.
Do we even have wolves in the UK? No.
Foxes. I don't think a fox could take on a
Fox is not taking down a cow, lad.
Big fox. Like king fox.
You know some fox and start on the front?
No.
Fox and has a farm, he tries to run it and he bumps into all these problems. How hard can it be? And there's like so much to it.
There you
Yeah,
go.
that's what I mean.
How-to guide. Just watch Clarkson's farm. Yeah.
Actually sounds really good.
Mate, I learned how to make coffee on YouTube. You can learn to run a farm off YouTube, definitely.
Mate, it's a different ball. That's completely different.
Is it though?
Yeah.
Is
That's
it?
so
Start
different.
with one.
That is unbelievably different. That's like saying, I can learn how to do a bicep curl on YouTube. I can learn to get in shape on YouTube. You can't.
People do it. Some people do it.
Yeah, but you might know how to do it. But are you actually going to follow through with it?
Well, as long as you follow through with getting a cow, you'll be sound. Right, I'm buying a farm. I'm buying a farm anyway, but I'm actually buying a farm and I'm putting animals on it.
Sound? I actually believe you probably will one day.
I will buy a farm 100%. Yeah,
You've
that's
said this
the
to
goal.
me before.
That's the goal. I'm not buying a house until I can afford a farm.
Sound.
Because I just want a big plot of land with no one on it.
That would be good. Just,
Basically, put a big fucking wall around it. And a ring doorbell about 3 miles from the house. Who's that? Nah, you're not coming in. We're not in.
and you've got Biscuit running around making sure the cars don't
Literally
get
just
eaten,
leave Biscuit out the house all day. Just let him come in when he's tired.
which will be never. Lad, Neo does not get tired. Oh my God.
Oh mate, I can't wait to see him, you know.
He's grown so much, since you've seen him.
Yeah, but he's massive now.
I feel like every morning I get him out, it's crazy, and he's like 10 times bigger.
Do you know what? I missed that with Bicky. It's good that, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, they grow when they're that age, especially because he's going to be even bigger than me. He's like an XL breed, isn't he, really?
Yeah.
Like, Bicky's a large breed, yours is a big class as like an XL breed.
Yeah.
Like, they grow so quick. Like that, what you've just said there, you go to bed, you wake up in the morning, it's like, have you gone bigger? Like, you've
mad.
slept for like 8 hours and they're just bigger.
Yeah.
I think they must do though, mustn't they?
Well, it will be. That's when you grow, isn't it?
Yeah.
Predominantly.
Like, you could probably time lapse his sleep and see him get a little bit bigger. If you really zoomed in, if he stayed still enough, he'd probably
That'd be
grow,
mad.
wouldn't it? If you time lapse like
Probably.
4 nights sleep in a row,
I feel
and put
like
them all together.
this morning I got him out and he, like, his head was like an inch closer to the ceiling. I was
Are
like,
you measuring
wow.
him on anything?
Nah.
No, you should do that.
Why
We've
start
got
doing
bricks outside the house, like like where the kitchen door is.
Yeah.
The wall of the house there, we just scratched. We got him to sit and just scratch the top of his head.
Sick.
To see him grow. Yeah.
But
And then
yeah.
we forgot all about it and took him out the other week and was like, wow. When can I see him?
He's getting his second vaccination tomorrow, so we'll probably give him a couple. I've told you we've been walking him anyway.
Yeah.
So
What's
he's
he like
getting
outside? Loving it.
lad. He's so good on the lead.
Yeah. So,
As I said to you, I don't know if it's as he gets more confident and like he hasn't been in the park yet or anything because obviously he's not vaccinated. So, it's like I don't know whether when he gets in the park and there's many more distractions he'll turn into. He'll be like, "Wow, what's going on?" But like, literally just loose lead walking for like 95% of the walk.
yeah.
Okay, he hates the wind, lad. It's so funny. So if wind comes, he just sprints and tries to get home. Every
Does
time.
he?
Yeah, lad, it's so funny. He just
love
goes
it.
crazy for like 5 minutes and
Love
then
it.
settles down. It's so funny. But yeah, lad, he's sick. He's sick on the lead.
I feel like he's just, I think Dobermans are almost like, I get it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like you put the lead on them and they're just like, I get what you want me to do. Yeah. They're just that type of dog. They just seem like that type of dog. Everyone I've seen with a Doberman,
Yeah.
they just seem like that. Julie King, she lives by mine. The girl off Instagram I was talking about, she's got a massive Doberman.
Yeah.
And I seen her going for a run. She always runs with him. He's massive. And like she was running. And he was just like, just next to her. And I just feel like the moment she put that harness on him and went for the first run, he was just like,
Yeah.
okay.
Okay.
I'm on this, mum. Sound.
This is what we do.
and I just feel like they just get it. Whereas Bicky's just like,
You'd be just jogging along and next minute you're in
Yeah.
a bush.
yeah, he knows, but he's like, no, I get it, but I don't want to. Like, I want to go over there. So I'm just going to go over there.
Well, that's one of the reasons we chose to get a Doberman because apparently they're really owner focused, quite easy to train.
So,
Yeah.
I just got to pray.
I can't even remember how we got onto this topic. What were we talking
Talking about farms.
Yeah, farms.
Talking
Yeah,
about dogs.
quality of meat
quality of meat.
Let's go back to nutrition
go.
and productivity. I went to the butcher's, and lad, the meat, just from a taste and texture standpoint, unbelievable. And also probably placebo, but I feel more energized this week.
I don't know, probably just a higher quality of meat, isn't it? Yeah.
Like when we think about red meat, I was going to do an email on this the other day, but just ran out of time. And I'll probably finish it off at some point soon and send it out. So if you're on the mailing list, you'll receive this in more detail. If not, then click the link on my bio, hit receive my famous emails, and you will receive it. But basically, red meat, I think, has just got like a unnecessarily terrible rap in the media and the press. Yeah. So like everyone thinks if you eat red meat, you're gonna get cancer, or it's bad for your digestion, or you won't digest it, or it's just gonna fuck you up. It's like, or
it's that one where it like sits in your stomach. Someone asked me this
sits
the
in
other
your
week.
stomach
Like,
for 2 years. I heard once.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
How much steak have you ate? Like in the last 2 years, you think that's just still in there?
Like where is it? Where did it go? It's not like hiding in the corner. And
how big do you think your stomach is?
Yeah. Like what do you mean it's stuck in your stomach?
Like
you must have like
2 steaks whole would probably be quite a big amount in my stomach if they weren't going anywhere.
I know.
I'd know about it.
But anyway, the quality, like obviously it's about the quality of red meat. So when you see these studies about red meat causes cancer, or red meat's correlated to cancer or cause mortality, it's like they don't control for the type of red meat you're eating.
Yeah.
So if you're eating grass-fed steak, or whether you're eating McDonald's burgers, obviously very different situations. Like the shittest form of human consumption versus probably one of the most nutrient dense meats that you could probably consume. And it's like, if you're also the type of person who consumes Mackies on a regular basis, you're probably also fat, and you're probably also consuming pizza and burgers and loads of other stupid shit.
That's not exercising, not sleeping properly, not managing stress.
And so your body is just in a fucked situation. So all-cause mortality is going to go up.
Yeah.
You might get cancer, or you're more likely to, than the people who are not eating that. But we can't differentiate that, because it's just, do you eat red meat, yes or no? Yeah,
that's what the basis of the studies. Do you eat red meat, yes or no? Yes. Okay, let's look at your all-cause mortality. Yeah. Like, and that's where the flaws in the studies come in, isn't it? On that, do you ever remember, I don't know whether you remember this, the guy who tried to eat McDonald's every day for a year?
Yeah,
TV
I think
show.
So. Did he die?
No, he obviously had the show had a doctor, or like he kept part of the show was like he'd go and see a doctor, and I think he got me. I don't know how this was years ago. If anyone remembers, like correct me on this, because I don't remember the details properly. But like he didn't get anywhere near a year, and his doctor was like,
"No,
stop eating McDonald's. You're going to die." Like literally, they had to stop the show like after like 3 months or something. They were like, "You're gonna die."
Oh my God.
Like if you do this for a year, you're dead.
That's unbelievable.
It's mad, isn't it?
That's
isn't
horrendous.
it? And obviously like that's never ever been back on the TV, because like they're just not going to put that on the TV now, are they? Do you know what I mean? When that was out, that was like, oh yeah, this will be a good show, this. Whereas now it's like, well, you can't fucking slag McDonald's off. They fucking made loads of money. They pay us loads of money. So Mackey's just sound, don't worry about it, keep eating it.
Yeah. That's mad.
A guy nearly died just off eating McDonald's.
That's mad. And like people actually like, it's nothing wrong with the Mackies every now and then. I personally just don't even enjoy it at all. I think it's more because it's in my head how disgusting it is for my body. I don't.
Yeah, maybe.
It makes it like I'm eating it. I'm like, oh, this is like knocking me sick.
Yeah, McDonald's
like
for me. Some people
it tastes alright, but it's just more the psychological force of being like, oh my God, this is
alright. It never I never have one and think, oh, that was nice. That glad I had that. Yeah. McDonald's for me is always, because it's the only one that's open.
Yeah.
There's not enough KFCs. KFC's the one. There needs to be more KFCs.
Yeah.
Because at least I can see that that's real chicken. I mean, it mightn't be real chicken. It mightn't have any wings. It mightn't have any fur. But it looks like real chicken and it tastes okay. So for me, that's the least.
Yeah.
It's the least bad one. It's probably why there's not as many of them.
Yeah.
Because it's the one that's actually probably not that bad.
So they can't make as much money, can't open as many
stores. But Mackey's the one that's open 24 hours. Like even Burger King. Burger King's hours are ridiculous. So like whenever I'm getting something like that, it's always because there's no food in the house Tesco, Asda's shut, and it's like, right, okay, I need to get something. So it's that. So it's never like I know for some people it's like, oh, we'll get a Mackey's tonight as like a treat.
Oh, fuck that.
It's never that for me.
No.
Like, if I'm gonna spam a load of calories on something gross, I want to fucking enjoy it. I want it to be like,
fucking Mackey's.
no, I want like a dirty, chippy, like something. I want like a
Like an
getting like a
Indian.
takeaway. I want like an Indian or like something nice that I'm really
Indian
going
for
to
me.
enjoy with like flavouring. Not
Not a fucking
not
sweaty
a Mackey's. A
fucking
Mackey's is
burger.
like tonight, right? If I hadn't have planned today, so I'm doing Ben Nevis tomorrow, aren't I? So
Yeah.
after this, I've got to go home and pack and leave, and it's like 7 hours to get to Fort William. So if I hadn't planned food,
You'd get a Mackey's. Yeah.
Mackey's, because it's on the motorway, like that's when I'll get it. But I'm not going to enjoy it. But I'm doing fucking Ben Nevis tomorrow, so there's no way I'm having a Mackey's tonight before I do Ben Nevis. Because like,
Nah.
come on, mate. So I've got chicken bagels planned.
Nice.
Yeah. And then loads of other carby stuff, because Ben Nevis and I'm be walking for like 7 hours. So
Get the fucking energy gels out, lads.
Yeah.
The cyclic dextrin and that. But yeah, so red meat from Mackey's is very different to proper high quality red meat.
yeah.
Like I think I've fell into this trap as well before, where you just like get into the habit of just meal prepping and it's just like chicken. But like when you compare chicken to like beef, the nutrient quality, the nutrient profile is just so much different. There's so much more zinc and iron and B12 and all of these things that are actually like required by the body. So if
Yeah.
you're just eating, like there's nothing wrong with chicken, it's great for you, but if you're just constantly eating chicken and you're not exposing yourself to these nutrients all the time.
But so that's why it's so important to vary
Same with everything. People ask me what
Everything,
vegetable should I eat. Eat every vegetable,
all of them.
every single one.
All of them as many times as you can, as often as possible.
Yeah.
Like,
It's not like specific vegetables that are good for you,
no.
because every vegetable has its own nutrient profile.
Yeah.
So you need to eat this one because it's got this in it. You also need to eat that one because
Yeah.
it's got that in it.
Yeah, so like, that's why, like, I remember we always used to say this, I haven't spoken about this in ages, but it depends. When someone asks you a question, it depends.
Yeah.
And now there's two caveats to this. If you ask someone a question and they say it depends and don't follow it up, they haven't got a fucking clue. Now, if they say it depends and then ask you a question, it's like, what's the best vegetable? It depends what you're trying to do. They know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, what's the best vegetable? Well, it depends what you're trying to do. Well, I'm trying to like not get sick. Okay, you're gonna need a vegetable with loads of vitamin C in. You're gonna vegetable with loads of vitamin D, and you're gonna need something that boosts your immune system. Go try these.
Yeah, throw a bit of zinc in there, get some red meat in.
Yeah.
So it's just one of them things. We've digressed a little bit, but nutrient quality and consuming a proper diet is vital for productivity. Should we move on to nootropics?
Yeah.
We're just going to very briefly go over this. But nootropics are basically, I was going to say drugs, and then I was going to go, well, it's not a drug really, but it sort of is, isn't it? So
Yeah.
is a caffeine, it's like a drug. Caffeine is,
They're
Good.
neuromodulators.
yeah. So they're basically compounds that are going to give your brain the raw materials that it needs to produce the chemicals for focus. Is how I would say it in a simple way.
Actually, they're not all neuromodulators, are they? Some of them would be neurotransmitters because they're
Well, they'll help produce neurotransmitters. So things like acetylcholine is a neurotransmitter. So you can supplement a nootropic called choline,
yeah.
which will be sort of one of the, obviously, acetyl group added to the choline is acetylcholine, which is a neurotransmitter. So you can consume choline. So one of my favorite supplements, Support Max Neuro, for productivity, has loads of choline in it, which allows, obviously, the production of acetylcholine.
Yeah.
So these sort of things, like acetylcholine and neurotransmitters, for just very basic shit for anyone who doesn't really know what a neurotransmitter is. It's basically the thing which sends messages around the brain and around neurons or between neurons, so that your brain and your nervous system can communicate with your body and your external environment. So acetylcholine, dopamine, like, is serotonin involved in thinking at all? Probably a little bit.
Yeah,
You're gonna
serotonin and dopamine will be in alertness or sleepiness or lack thereof of sleepiness.
Adrenaline or noradrenaline, it's called in the brain, isn't it? So like things like that.
Norepinephrine. I love that word.
Yeah. Well, noradrenaline and norepinephrine are the same thing, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Epinephrine is the name.
The way
for,
that's what Americans say, innit?
yeah. Well, it's the proper term because it stands for above the. So nephi is Latin for kidney, I think.
Yeah.
And epi means above in Latin.
Okay.
Epinephrine. So it just basically means above the kidney, I think. I think that's right. No, it's not. Where's adrenaline get produced? In the brain, isn't it? So it's
everywhere.
above. There's something.
In the body and the brain. But I think when it's in the brain, it just has nor in front of it. So we can say adrenaline, noradrenaline, or norepinephrine is the same thing.
Yeah.
And when it's in the body, it's called adrenaline or epinephrine.
Yeah.
I think anyway.
Yeah, that's right. I just can't remember what the epinephrine in Latin means.
Search it.
Epi means
Jacob,
above.
can you pull that up?
Yeah.
Do you know how to spell it? EPI. Epi.
Yeah.
Neph.
And it's N-E. I can't spell for the sake
Probably
of my life.
Nepheron. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you see if you can find the meaning in the word? Yeah. It is above the kidney. I am so sick. I never remember stuff like that off the top of my head. Yes. Oh, I'm so look how happy I am about that. I never remember stuff like that, you know. I never do I. That's a win for me on this podcast because I always, if I don't write that stuff down,
You were doubting myself so much as well. I could see it when you were saying it.
I doubt myself all the time. We're going to speak about this. Is nice because we're going to speak about this today.
Yeah.
The struggles of coaching. We'll come to that in a bit. But yeah. Fucking get in me.
So
well done, brain.
Things like noradrenaline are important for applying focus. Dopamine is important for like focus, actually like wanting to carry out the task. We've spoken about dopamine before and the fact that it's a chemical which drives you to do something. So there's a whole load of shit that you can take under the topic or under the umbrella of nootropics that will help produce these. We'll give you the raw materials to produce these chemicals which allow you to focus. So as I said, my favorite is Sport Max Neuro, and I've got a full like sort of 5-minute video breaking down every ingredient in Support Max Neuro. So I think it's got, I can't remember off the top of my head because it's been a while since I did the video, but I think it's got choline in it, phosphatidylserine, which I just call PPS because I don't know if that's how you say it. It's got
ashwagandha's in there as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's why I stopped taking it. After listening to Huberman and Matt Walker talking about sleep and serotonin, because I used to take 5-HTP, ashwagandha and magnesium to help with sleep, and they were talking about how much serotonin like levels change throughout the night, and like the first phase of sleep and the second phase of sleep have completely different levels of serotonin production, but very varying in terms of levels within the brain. But then in terms of if you take exogenous like 5-HTP, which is producing tryptophan, which produces serotonin, or you're taking ashwagandha, which again sort of acts on the same pathways and causes the same reaction to produce more serotonin, the increase in serotonin, even with a small dose, is like exponential compared to what you actually need. So I was like, oh, okay, probably don't need that then. I'll probably just do some other stuff that doesn't need that. So
it's an important point about like science and mechanisms. Like people get interested in mechanisms and they're like, oh, so we need serotonin to sleep. 5-HTP helps us make serotonin, so let's take that.
Yeah.
But actually, like,
and that's exactly what I done.
That's
like,
Well, that's what like 99% of people do. I used to do. I think I used to take 5-HTP, but it's like when your level of understanding deepens, you start to go, oh, it's not just direct cause and effect. The body is just this
there's so much other shit going on.
It's like a fucking orchestra. There's hundreds of fucking thousands of things going on all at once.
So like
if you fuck one little thing, everything's fucked.
Like with the nootropics, like Sport Max Neuro, we used to take it first thing in the morning, didn't we?
Yeah.
And it would be
next
like,
minute,
this makes me really alert.
Yeah.
In the morning, this is fucking great. Not really understanding what was going on with it.
Yeah.
I was like, well, that's probably actually the worst thing we could have done first thing in the morning.
Yeah.
Not for your alertness in the morning, but for then you knock on effective everything else in the day. So like
we were like, wait, so support max neuro, all these things do this. I want to be more alert in the morning, so I'm going to have this.
Yeah.
Without the understanding that it drives cortisol down.
Yeah.
And in the morning you want the highest spike of cortisol throughout the day. So we were just suppressing our cortisol and then just having shit energy throughout the day because we hadn't let that natural rising. So it's just one of those things. Like nootropics are good in general, but just don't sort of think, well, this does this, therefore I'm going to just smash it.
They have their place, don't they? Yeah. Like it's like we both did. Would just smash support max neuro every morning just to get to be able to get in the gym for 5 o'clock and function like a normal human being. When in fact, it was probably hampering that whole process in the bigger picture. But like the way you'll employ that now is not like a daily thing. It's like, I know I've got this huge amount of work to get through. Yeah. That's when I'll employ it. Like last week when we came on the podcast, my brain was absolutely just dead. There was nothing for me. Like it was not functioning. So I employed L-tyrosine, phosphatidylracine and lion's mane in quantities and dosages which I understand and know work well for me through experimentation in the past. With caffeine as well, because that's also could be classed as a bit of a, don't know whether it's actually classed as a nootropic. It's probably definitely not. But it obviously does help with productivity and brain power and shit. So yeah, I feel like we wrap up productivity. Yeah, I think that's a good sound. Done. Put it to bed. Challenges as coaches. Do you want to carry on from that point of doubt? Yeah. Doubt. Biggest one is I don't think that'll ever go away. No. Mark mentioned it the other day on the call, which was nice, which is why I like these group calls now. Stuff like this pops up, and I think this is obviously why he's done it, because he's been doing this for a bit and he knows what he's doing. When you're sitting in a room with like, and this is why we love doing this podcast and have other coaches listen to us, because you're now going to listen to us talk about this, and you might have been doing this for as long as us or whatever, and be like, oh, okay. Or you might have even been doing it longer and still and still feel it and go like, oh, okay, so I'm not the only one that feels like this. There's people massively outperforming me on these calls, and I love that. Like, it's shit. Shit for your ego. It is. You want to think you're an absolute baller, and then you step in a room with people who are balling, and then they don't feel like they're fucking balling because there's someone outperforming them. But it was like that self-doubt of like, this week, like I've put a graft in every week, but them weeks where you're like, serious, like I need to put a shift in this week, and I haven't got the return that I wanted from it. And I've realistically this week been like, do I really want to keep doing this? Like, is this how I want to spend my life? Like, is this what I want to do? And that them thoughts have been creeping in now. I've been doing this like fucking 2 years, and it still creeps in of like, fucking hell. So is it worth it? Is it worth this stress? And it is, because it was just a shit day. So when I had that thought, it was just a shit day. Like, I'm here today, buzzing, love it. Yeah. But that never goes away. Like, you look at, like, you join that call and it's like, oh, I've done this week and I've signed this many people up and I'm starting this new program, and like, I've got, like, one of the girls was like, oh yeah, I've got a group chat with all my clients that I don't even message in. They organise their own nights out and stuff and all this. And I was just like, I'd love that. So I'm like, fucking hell, I must be shit then. Yeah. If I can't do that, I must be shit. And I start doubting myself, and I'm like, well, hang on a minute, how long's she been doing it? Like, how many clients does she work with? Like, how long have you been at this? And you have to step back, otherwise it fucking eats you alive. And I'm always going to be susceptible to that, because I think because of the type of people we are, like the personality types that we have, that we're really fucking competitive. When someone's better than you, or you see them as better than you, even though they're not, because you haven't been through their life you've been through. We spoke about this last week, didn't we? I was about to say. It's like, yeah, I'll let you finish now. I'll jump in. But when you let that thought creep in that they're better than you, it can crush you. Like, it can proper fuck with your head. So you'd have to just step back and be like, well, hang on a minute. We spoke like, Jack's doing this because he lives on his own and we've got a dog and a missus and a house to run and all that kind of thing. The girl that I was on the call, and she's got this group chat running itself. I said, well, I don't know what your life looks like. I don't know what you've done up to this point. So it's like, shut up, Jack. Just fucking get back to work. Stop feeling sorry for yourself. Go and get your shit done. Go and get shit done.
No, but it's true. Like on that point of comparing yourself, we spoke about it last week. But if you weren't listening, we'll speak about it briefly again. It's like when you're comparing yourself to others, it's an unfair comparison. No matter what.
Yeah.
No matter what you think, it's a very unfair comparison.
Yeah.
Because no one's got your genetics, no one's got your life experience, no one's got your mental state, no one's got your talent, no one's got your level of resilience. No one in the world is you, and therefore, by comparing yourself to anyone else, it's unfair playing field. Yeah. It's unfair. You might have advantages over other people. They might look at you and think, "Wow, what the fuck?
Yeah,
I wish I could be where he is." But you also might be looking at these people who actually deep down are very deeply unfulfilled because they're constantly chasing this dragon of, oh, when I get to 10k, when I get to 15k, they get there and they're not happy.
Yeah.
To say we know that's going to happen. Like one day we'll get to 10k, one day we'll get to 15k, and it'll just be like, oh, so this is it.
Oh, so this is what this feels like. Oh, this is now. What's next?
It's like it's not. Like, although you might be looking at people, if you're a coach listening to this, you might be looking at people in the industry and thinking, wow, they're smashing it down. I wish I could be at that point. And we definitely feel that. You might be not a coach and you're looking and thinking, wow, I wish I could have that physique one day. But it's just like, I think I spoke about this before, and I definitely sent an email the other week. It's just like, whatever goals you've set, just please realise that they won't make you happy when you get them.
Yeah.
They won't. It's almost a little bit depressing, a little bit sad, but when you get there, it's not going to fulfill you. It's not going to make you happy. If you're placing your happiness on getting to this point because you're seeing everyone else doing it and their life looks amazing, and I wish I could have that, you'll realize when you get there that actually it doesn't make you happy, and that all these people that look like they're smashing it are probably actually just lost as well.
Yeah. Mark said something to me the other week. I think I said this to you on the call that we had in the car. And he was like, and this is why I keep grafting, because I know it's going to come, right? He was like, you're building like this, you're building level 10 life, that's something new, and like you're fucking grafting like fuck every single day to make it something, to make it this thing that you want it to be. And he was like, and you're going to turn around in 12 months' time and go, fucking hell, I fucking grafted to make that happen. And that's the reward, isn't it? It's not the, like, we were saying about the body, like the photo shoot. It's not the photo shoot, is it? It's getting to the photo shoot and then looking back at the last 16 weeks and going, fucking hell. Yeah. I grafted to get here. Like, I'm a fucking sick cunt.
It's the pride of the progression.
Yeah.
It's got nothing to do with the actual destination.
Yeah, like I want this fucking farm and I'm going to get this farm. Like,
I think that's slightly different though, because it's not like you seeing everyone else get a farm.
No, but it's like seeing everyone else owning a home.
Yeah.
Right? And going, oh, well, fucking hell, we still rent. So like, I'm shit. I need to go and buy a home.
Yeah.
I'd still be buzzing when I get to the home, but it's not the fact that I've got the home. It's the fact that I wanted it, so went and done all the shit that I needed to get it. Yeah. That's the satisfaction. That's the win, isn't it?
Yeah.
And like getting to 10k, if you just want to get to 10k and you think earning £10,000 a month is going to make you happy, but you're deeply unhappy now, the 10 isn't. But if you can get to 10,000 and then step back and look at all of the shit that you put in place to get to £10,000 a month, then you won't be deeply unhappy and it will fulfill you and you will feel fucking good.
And I guarantee as well, you're probably more likely to get to 10,000 if you can find happiness in the moment.
Yeah.
And find your actual true...
authentic self.
Yeah, your true authentic self and actually find your calling. So I wasn't actually planning on speaking about this today, but I've gone through like I've been trying to think more about what more the muscle is, and I've come up with an acronym for it, which I think is just sick, and I'm excited about it. I haven't got the full sort of clarity on what it is and how to how to verbalize it, or how to
Yeah.
what's the word I'm looking for? How to I don't have the vocabulary to explain it properly.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
Verbalize was close enough
Yeah.
to what you meant. Yeah, I know what you mean when you say verbalize. Let's go with that. They're your words. Say this.
Is
I say this pretty
verbalize-
much
Is
once a week.
verbalize a word?
right?
Is that even a word?
They're your words. You can
I
say
said it.
absolute nonsense,
you
right?
guys knew what I meant.
They're your words. You can do whatever. I told you about this. Like, everyone outside of the people that you know are just NPCs, and you can say whatever you want to them. It doesn't matter.
Jack came to man the other week, right? And he said, you know, if you don't know someone, you can just go up to them and just say whatever the fuck, and then it'll fall off. And then that proves that they're not a real person.
Does test the theory, right? So this is like a philosophical theory that like everyone outside of like your immediate circle isn't real. And it's weird because you can go and do this, right? And I've done it because I'm a bit of a weirdo.
Have you?
Yeah, it's boss, it's sick, right? So like, I could just go up to, what was his name, Connor, in that coffee shop in 92 Degrees, right? Order that coffee, and when it was wrong, go, oh mate, I ordered a double there, but it's fine because there's elephants raining around outside. And he won't say a thing. He won't, because he doesn't know me, right? And he's only got a set of responses to say to me in that situation. So his head falls off and he just goes, okay, and makes another coffee. So you can just say whatever you want. No one will say anything to you.
No,
Telling
but
you.
lad, really.
In their head, they'll think you're a fucking weirdo,
Is that
but it's fun.
Is that because they're an NPC and they've run out of programmed responses, or is that just because they think you're a fucking weirdo? I'm not carrying on with this conversation.
No, but that's what I mean. So like their brain. So I'm not literally saying they're an NPC like in Grand Theft Auto, but in their brain, in that situation, like his brain goes, okay, customer, coffee, here's all of our list of responses for the expected things that this person could possibly say. Coffee's not right, order's wrong. Can you do me this? Can you do me something else? And he's got all of these lists. So when you say something fucking mental, the brain just goes, whoa, what? We didn't have a response for that. What the fuck? Just ignore it. Just ignore it. Just carry on with your life. Just ignore it. And watching that happen in someone's face is fucking fantastic.
Wait, so tell me what you've done to someone, to some poor soul. What have you said?
I can't even remember what I said. It's just something random like that. I just wanted to test it. I just thought it'd be fun, and I did. I might go and do it after this. It's great.
We should record it.
Yeah,
Just set your phone up and just put it in your pocket or
just slot
something.
it in somewhere there.
Does exactly that, you know. Just walks up to them in the shop and turns around and shit.
Yeah, this is where I seen it. It might be that guy. This is I've
Do you know
seen the
what
guy
my
doing
favourite
it.
video ever? When the guy goes into the supermarket and he's got his mate recording, he just goes, oh yeah. Down people's ear. That's the best video ever.
So we were just talking about being yourself, really, weren't we? That's why we got onto me being a fucking freak.
So yeah, what we were speaking about is finding your true authentic self and listening to, like, not looking around at what else is going on in the industry and going, oh well, I need to do this in order to get this because that's what everyone else is doing, that's what you see everyone else doing. You need to have a little bit of fucking clarity and awareness of what you want and then go and do that. And then you're going to be more likely, once you're being your true authentic self, to actually get to the 10k to the 15k. Which is why I've done a little bit of a, not a rebrand, it's just more, well, this is funny actually, more clarity, because that's one of the things, more clarity on what More Than Muscle actually is.
That whole sidebar of talking about fucking NPCs was because you said verbalize.
Yeah.
That's what it was. I've just remembered.
We're all over the gaff today. But the thing is, I think you'll like this. Do you know what? We'll discuss it live on air.
Let's do it. Let's brainstorm it.
Because, right, so I've got 4 words, which are like the 4 pillars of what I want More Than Muscle to be. So we can either spell care, which could be nice for branding because self-care,
Yeah.
care for yourself,
Yeah.
whatever. Or it could be acre. And acre, when I say the words, would make more chronological sense because it has to be A first, then C, then R, then E. But I don't really like acre. But acre is a piece of land. It's a piece of space.
Yeah.
Head space, some sort of space. Give yourself some space.
Yeah.
I don't know. So I'm not sure whether it's going to be acre or care yet, but the words are ideally the A comes first, awareness. Something that we speak about
all the time.
all the fucking time.
I've literally just been speaking about it on the live that I did before. Yeah.
And it's the foundational thing of anything, whether that's like change. You need to be aware of what's wrong first before you can change it. You need to be aware of your self-limitations before you can change them. You need to be aware of, if you're not aware, nothing can happen. That is the very first pivotal moment. When you gain awareness, then your life can change. But I also don't want it to just be like sort of surface level awareness. I keep eating crisps when they're in front of me, so therefore I'm going to remove the crisps. That's like general people awareness. I want it to be meditation awareness. I want it to be your awareness is on another level. Like you have woken up completely. You're no longer asleep. Which is why I started that meditation course. Because I want to be able to bring that to people at some point in the future, not for everyone. Still going to be getting people shredded. I'm not going to turn into a yogi, and we're still going to be getting people shredded. But I want to be able to also at the same time elevate people's consciousness, because getting in shape is great, but it's only
more than muscle.
Yeah, it's more than muscle. We're only dealing with this physical realm. What about in your head? How do you feel in your head? You get shredded. You look great. You could still feel like shit, as you did.
This is what sparked Level 10 Life. I think this is why we get on so well, because we've both, although we've took different paths of doing it, and different categories of people, I was going to say, but different like populations, different demographics. The philosophy we both have is very similar, isn't it? That it like fucking, like we say it all the time, like I help people lose weight. That's the fucking easy bit. I don't really give a fuck about it. Just eat less and move more. It's that fucking simple.
Spread and butter, it's easy.
Yeah, it's fucking like, it's all the other shit that comes with that. Like, you feel like shit. You do. It's why I did them five painful truths this week of the people that I work with.
I like that.
And that hit home with so many people. Like, because that's what's wrong. It's not the fact that you're fucking overweight. It's not the fact that you can't lose weight. It's the fact that you don't give enough of a fuck about yourself to put you first for long enough to lose weight. And that's a problem, and that's what I want to fix. It's not the fucking weight. Fucking hell. It's weight. Like, you gained it easy enough, we can lose it easy enough. You just need to give a fuck.
It's just your airsuit, lad, doesn't matter.
It's just your airsuit. Yeah. It's what's going on in the fucking think box that's the fucking issue.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it's something that I want to bring. It's like, that's a true,
I love that.
That's true life transformation. It's not like people, like, this sounds like I'm bragging, but like people will often in their feedback form say this has changed my life, or my life changed, or it's like, it has, but you're not all the way there yet.
Yeah.
Like, this is like step one.
Yeah.
Gain control of your physical body.
Yeah.
Fix your nutrition. Start training well. Exercise. You will feel good. Your happiness, everything will elevate.
It's almost like the external, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like,
what's going on internally.
Yeah.
Once you are able, and again, for people who are into meditation, who are into this sort of shit, will have more of an idea of what I'm talking about. And nice one, man.
Sorry, lad.
Just swilled me leg.
Fucking shut up.
I'm sick of this meditation talk.
You fucking earthsuit weirdo.
I was trying to get one of my clients actually the other day to start meditating, because he's complaining about he doesn't have enough time to rest, but he spends like 2 hours a day watching TV. I'm like,
do you know what? I've just called someone out on a live for this.
Yeah.
They were like, I haven't really got to, like, I feel really unmotivated this week, and I haven't got time to do a workout. I don't feel like, I'm not motivated to do a workout today, and I haven't got time anyway. And because you said you're not motivated and then said you haven't got time, I knew the time was bullshit.
Yeah.
Because you've gave me the excuse. You've gave me the lack of motivation, and then you gave me an excuse as to why you're not going to do it. So I was like, okay, sound. If you genuinely haven't got time, then it is what it is. Like, some days you haven't got fucking time. I said, so if you're going to go home tonight, finish work, eat straight away, and then need to get in bed straight after that to go asleep, to get yourself enough sleep to fucking function the next day, yeah, you haven't got time. But if you're telling me you haven't got time, but at some point tonight you're going to sit down for 2 hours and watch the TV, it's an excuse, innit? And they were like, I think I had fit a workout in at 7, you know. Like, show me your screen time. Tell me you haven't got time and then show me your screen time on your phone. If Instagram or Facebook is under fucking 30 minutes, sound you haven't got time. But I guarantee you your screen time is about 7 hours.
Yeah.
Like, because the UK average is like 7 hours.
That's heavy, that, you know.
Mine's probably on about 8. I haven't been on my phone at all today, and I'd say my screen time's probably on about 4 already today.
Really? Yeah. That mine's like an hour and a half. Suppose I'm on my laptop more though. Do you use your phone a lot?
I can't use WhatsApp. Daily average for me is 5:46, so it's down 25% from last week.
That's mad. That let me check mine. I'm pretty sure mine is literally like 1.5 hours.
I do everything through my phone though. I don't really use the laptop that much. I mean, I do, but
oh no, 3.5.
Yeah, I use WhatsApp voice notes on my phone, Instagram messaging on my phone, Business Manager on my phone, emails on my phone. Yeah.
I pretty much do everything on a laptop. So
yeah.
Well, yeah. Anyway,
tell us about your client. Didn't have time.
Oh yeah. So he was like, "Yeah, I'm not feeling that I've got enough time to rest. I'm feeling really burnt out. I'm working all the time, and I've got no time to rest." So it's like you watch TV and you play on the Xbox or the PC or whatever the fuck. And it's like your time to rest is not rest. Yeah. You're vegging out and it's not rest. It's not deep rest.
Yeah.
Try meditation. And he was like, "I'm not spiritual." I was like, "Oh, lad, like what? What do you mean? You don't have to be spiritual to close your eyes and focus on your breath." The way I look at meditation for people who are cynical about it, it's training your mind to control the thoughts that come into it.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it.
It's like putting a border control on your brain.
Yeah.
You can allow thoughts to come in, and if you don't like them, you can fuck them off again. Yeah. And if you want them to come in and they're useful, you can think about them. That's all meditation is. But also one of the nice benefits of it, you feel calm as fuck. You're deeply rested once you come out of meditation. You feel amazing. You feel calm. It's great.
Do you know what? I done a fantastic meditation the other day, right? It was a guided one. And he was talking about, I think it was titled Not Making It a Thing.
Yeah.
And I think that applies to this guy and me. I hit home for me really, because that was what I was like with you for ages about meditation. Fuck off, lad.
Yeah.
And fucking start sniffing crystals. But he was like, we all do this. And he was like, the more you get into meditation, I think the more you end up doing this and making it a thing that you need to sit in that specific spot. You need to have your legs this specific way. You need to have this set of music on, or it needs to be this state. He said, you're making it a thing. And he was like, you're just sitting still for 10 minutes. That's all you're doing. Yeah. He was like, so what we're going to do today is just do that. He was like, halfway through this meditation, open your eyes and look around.
Yeah. I love meditating outside with my eyes open.
It's just look around. And I was like, he was like, because we've started this meditation, you've made it a thing already. Just open your eyes, look at what's in front of you. And I was like, I am just sitting still.
Yeah.
Just sat here, and that's all it is. Yeah. And like that for that guy was obviously like, you're making this a thing. You're making it like you think you need to think about.
Yeah.
Like your inner you. Just sit still.
Yeah.
Can you sit?
Whatever thoughts come up. Do you know? It's like getting to know yourself.
I think that's why a lot of people resist it. You know.
Well, yeah, definitely. Because a lot of people will start meditating and feel more stressed out because they really don't like who they are.
Yeah.
But in order for you to get over that, you need to sit with yourself and discuss some shit with yourself.
That pain is going to help you though. You need to sit with that. If you can't sit.
I seen a quote one time. All of man's problems come from not being able to sit with himself in a room for 10 minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. If you can't sit, like this is, I ask some of my clients this a lot. When you can see that that's an issue, and it's like, do you think you could sit? Like when they're like, I can't meditate. Like, you can. Everyone can fucking meditate.
It doesn't even have to be sat down, eyes closed, focusing on your breath. I've just decided to start meditating right now. I am meditating right now.
Yeah.
The course I told you about? I've just started a meditation course with Martin Bone, and the way he phrased it is, I've never been able to put vocabulary on it, but I knew what he meant as soon as he said it. He said awareness of awareness.
Yeah.
So like right now, your awareness is placed on me because I'm talking, and that's like your focus, your attention. But then that's like, I'm the object of your awareness, but can you become aware of the subject of the object?
Yeah.
you
I love it.
Can you become aware of your awareness?
Yeah.
And as soon as you do that, you almost like look at yourself as like a third person. You almost step out, create a bit of space between like Jack and you.
Yeah. You're not here, almost.
Like
that's where it
Isaac
gets a
is
bit trippy for some people. I
Isaac
think,
is the earth suit.
Yeah.
And I'm watching what he's doing, what he's thinking, what he's saying. That's the awareness of awareness. You step a little bit back.
I think.
And that's where people start to go, whoa, what the fuck?
I think that,
but you have to experience it to understand it. And once you've felt it, you go, oh, okay.
Yeah. Once you've done it, like I get it because I've done that. I get it. But I think for some people, if they're on board with like some kind of spirituality already, get excited by the thought of doing that. I mean, okay, I want to try it. Whereas if you're like me, you're like, that's some fucking hippie bullshit. Shut the fuck up.
You talking about?
And that's when you'd have to just like trail it right back and be like, look, just sit still.
Yeah.
Do you know what's really, I found really good for people like that is like a candle meditation.
Just watching the candle.
Just watch a candle. Because as humans, we're just attracted to fire anyway. And you just watch a candle for 10 minutes and that, like, I love sitting and watching a fire. Like, it's just something, it just draws humans in, and it's freaky. I don't know why. It just like ties you back to being a man in a cave. Like, if there's a fire in front of you, you've smashed the day.
Yeah.
Like, if it's nighttime and there's a fire there, it's like
well
your
done.
like Neanderthal brain goes, man good. Man do good. Man smash food. Man smash life. So you just sit there like, it's nice that.
Yeah.
But if you can't sit still and you do that, I think it just works.
But yeah, going back to it, like people's connotations of meditation are drastically like not the same. So the way I put it to him was just like, it's literally just training. You go into the gym to train your body.
Yeah, that's how I always used to explain it to people. Yeah. You go to the gym and lift shit up. It works your body. What are you doing to work your mind?
Yeah, just meditate.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's one of them things which I want to.
Same brain, lad. I love it.
I want to be able to bring it to people, but on another level, rather than me just going, just go and meditate, just download Headspace.
Yeah.
Like I want to be able to actually do it for people.
Yeah. Have the tools to be able to get them involved in it and stuff.
Yeah. Because I think once, you know, the way you think I'm like really weird about like being like on it and like I'm perfect all the time, and it's just like I don't think there's anything wrong with me as a person. I think that just literally comes from the level of awareness that I've got from meditation.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think you're a weirdo.
Like OCD. Oh, it's got to be perfect. I think it just comes from I don't know.
I don't think that it's like OCD. I think you just I take the piss out of you for it because
no.
I can, but it's not. I think you probably misinterpreted that a bit. I know that comes from just like you've got this unbridled clarity of what you want.
Yeah.
Almost like every day, out of every moment.
Yeah.
And sometimes when you don't, it throws me off. Actually, sometimes you're a bit scatty, right, and it kettles my head. Really, really does. Right. Okay. So this is again about the struggles with coaches, right? Yeah. This is how we'll tie it back. First thing, we'll tie that thing back about you more than muscle to being clear about what you want. That's a big struggle.
Well, the second one, AC, clarity.
Yeah. So like that as like a struggle for a coach. Like if your business isn't progressing, you're not clear on what you want.
Yeah.
And I know that for a fact. Whenever business has been shit for me, it's because I don't know what the fuck I want from life and from me. If you're struggling to lose weight, you're not clear. If you're struggling to gain muscle, you're not clear. If you're struggling to stay consistent, there's no clarity. So like being clear on like you getting nailing down on more than muscle, me nailing down on level 10 life is a struggle. It's hard, isn't it? Trying to pin down like, especially if you're like, there's like personal trainers and stuff who are like 18, 19, 20, trying to figure out what you want from life is fucking hard.
I know.
I'm fucking nearly 30 and I'm still like, I don't know, might go live on a beach. Might sell every one of my possessions and go and live in the forest somewhere. Or I might build a big massive business. I don't know. But yeah. And then obviously what we're going to tie then back to, so that was that. And then what we were saying then. So I wanted to relate what you were talking about, the more the muscle, to a struggle as a coach. You being scatty is one. So we do a lot together. Obviously, we've got a fun podcast together and that. But I can kind of rely on you to be the way you are, and when you're not, it throws me. So like we organised the the seminar, the training day seminar, and I was so excited for it. But in my head, when we planned it, I was like, okay, Isaac. And then I went into like teaching mode. So like I've done some teaching qualifications and teaching stuff in the army to be able to teach and lead. And part of that's like doing lesson plans and stuff and like planning out. So when we had the seminar, my head went straight to lesson plan.
Yeah.
What's it going to start? How long are we going to have on each subject? What are we going to cover? What part of the gym are we going to be in? And I wanted it like in my head.
Yeah.
And I was like, Isaac's going to be doing this already. I'm not even going to need to say this to him.
Yeah.
Isaac's going to be doing this. And it come to it and you were like, yeah, so we'll just rock up and talk about this. And I was like, what? No. You can't just do that. No. Like, why haven't you got a spreadsheet? Why have you not already spreadsheeted this out? Why? Like, I was fully expecting, like, these are the subject. I thought you were going to come, like, when you said, let's book a call in. And I honestly, like, in my head, because I know the way you are, I was like, he's going to have a spreadsheet. He's going to know exactly what exercise he wants to talk about. I know exactly, like, he's going to have it clinical. And you'd come in, you were just like, so we'll talk about this, and then we'll talk about that. That'll be Sam, won't it? And I was like, I feel uncomfortable.
Oh no.
This is making me uncomfortable. And I know for a fact, all that was that your head was cabbage because you got the dog. And it threw your routine out.
100%.
So you were less clear on like your day-to-day thinking and all that kind of thing.
Yeah. Well, do you know what? I'd actually argue with you a little bit because...
Go on then, let's have it out.
I'd argue at that point a tad. But I don't think it was a lack of clarity and I'd like lost me shit and I was being scatty because I recognised the lack of time. This is now when I've normally got 3 hours to plan this.
Yeah.
Boom, boom, boom. Everything's perfect.
Yeah.
I've now got 20 minutes.
Yeah.
So I don't have time to put that level of detail into it. Let's be like you. Be more red. Be more red. Is it red?
Be more red. Just go at it.
Trying to be less blue.
Yeah.
Just I trust my own self to be able to just come up with something on the spot because I know it inside out. So let's just say, this is this, this is that,
go through life.
this is that. Let's just go and just fucking do it.
Yeah. Which threw me massively. Like,
we did have a good level of planning, I would say. It just wasn't these exact machines.
No, to be fair, in the end we did because I had to be more blue.
Yeah. You were like, let's pick the times. Let's time
normally we've got a bit of blue and a little bit of red.
Yeah.
And that works really, really well because I'm a little bit blue and quite a lot red, and you're quite a lot red and quite a lot blue. Like, I've only got a little bit of blue in me. You're, I'd say, very evenly split between like clinical numbers, needs to know, like it needed to be perfect, and also let's just go and get shit done. Let's just fucking smash on with it. That for you, me personally, I feel like they even.
I feel like since you've made me aware of this after reading Surrounded by Idiots, I've purposefully tried to become more red.
Yeah.
Because I think it's good to be a little bit blue, but sometimes it does hold you back.
Maybe that's what the word is now. Yeah, after us speaking about that, that's probably why it is.
Like,
more
imagine on that day if that first half an hour we would have planned out the introduction.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Well, now we've got an introduction. What are we going to say for the rest of it? Like, now what? Now what do we say?
Yeah.
We've got 2 hours here. Like, we haven't planned anything else. So it's like there's a time and a place to be blue. There's a time and a place to be red. So
back to awareness.
Back
You're
to
aware
awareness.
of that.
Yeah.
You created greater awareness.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think like because there was just 2 lots of red going into this, I was like, get some blue. Get some plan. We need something because I was just thrown off. Like, no, I'm the one that just goes in with it. We can't both do that.
It's like with the podcast, innit? I don't know what I'm doing every single time. Probably since we even got the studio. Like, it's just we turn up 5 minutes late every day.
Yeah.
And we just rock up and just make it up. We said we were going to plan it. We just haven't. We come in and go, so what are we going to talk about today? That. Right. Let's make 3 bullet points. Let's go. That's it. And then we just go. But I sort of like it. It's more authentic.
Yeah. It's not like if we come in with like lists of information and shit, I think it'd be fucking boring, wouldn't it?
I think it
might be, you might be listening to this now because this is fucking boring.
Yeah, probably. Not for us.
I have a laugh though.
Yeah,
I
that's all
enjoy
that
it.
matters. So yeah, going back to awareness, clarity, then resilience. Something we spoke about in the previous episode. So go and back and listen to that. What was the title for that? Was it just the number one trait of successful people or something? I think it was.
Yeah, that episode. I thought you meant the last episode. That was about being.
Well, yeah, this one was about resilience. I'm just talking about the importance of resilience. I think without resilience, you're just fucked. Like, you won't do anything. You need resilience. So it's one of them where that is like another cornerstone of success. Like, once you've got the awareness, clarity can be born from that. Once you've got the clarity of what you need to do and why you're going to do it, then you need to be resilient as well.
Yeah.
Because without that, you're fucked. The clarity and awareness means nothing if you can't actually follow through with something. Yeah. And then the last one is excellence. Because excellence in everything. Just strive for excellence. Just don't be a fucking muppet. Why would you strive for mediocrity? Your favourite word.
I love.
Just don't.
You love mediocrity.
Don't be mediocre. Don't be shit.
Yeah.
Just strive for excellence in whatever it is that you do.
For me, at the moment, I've got something similar with that. It's like a couple of the conversations I've had with people on like application calls that haven't started with me. I'm glad they haven't started, to be fair, to be completely honest, because you're not who I want to work with. That's why you haven't started. But you're not in it, and this isn't slagging these people off, because I don't care. Do you know what I mean? Like, you're just not in a position to benefit from this. You're not ready to give up being average. And that was where them painful truths come from. It was a little bit of a frustration that I'd spoke to so many people who weren't ready to just do a little bit more. And it's massively frustrating as someone who is constantly striving to do more. And you have a conversation with someone and you see the potential, like you see their goal, you see their vision, and you're like, yes, I want to fucking get you there, but this is what it's going to take. And they're like,
mad.
I haven't got time for that. It's like, what? Like, so you're just gonna like, what? So all the stuff you've just told me about how unhappy you are and how like things need to change and how like this is shit and you feel crap, but it sounds like a bit of hard work to get out of that. So you're just gonna stay feeling like that?
Yeah.
Fuck that.
Mad.
Been there.
Yeah.
Been there. Remember that day I told you I had my first day of not feeling anxious.
Yeah.
And I didn't know what it was.
Yeah.
I couldn't recognize the emotion I was feeling because I wasn't feeling one. And I was like,
peace.
Oh, wow, this is what it feels like not being anxious. So for like 2.5, 3 years, I just felt shit every day.
Yeah.
And then that's when I had that like awakening of, okay, well, I'm never ever gonna let that happen again. And people are in that. And I think that's why it frustrates me so much, is because
you want to help them, but you can't.
I see that. I see that you're in this hole of, it looks scary, it looks like it looks like far away, and it's like, it's not. Just fucking do it, come on. I know you feel like shit, just take action, do it.
But it's scary when you're in that position.
It is, and that's on me. So there's another frustration of another struggle of being a coach for me, is if I come off that call with someone and I know 100% I could have helped them, and I know they're a good fit for me, but they choose not to sign up. And it's, so obviously sometimes it's like, I don't think you're a good fit, so I'm not going to waste my time and sign you up.
Yeah.
But on the flip side, if it's the other way around and I'm like, I've got this person, I know for a fact that they're going to smash it, and they're like, do you know what? No, it's not for me. It's like, fucking hell. Right, okay. Could have done more there. I haven't found the right words or touched on the right emotion or gave them enough confidence in me for them to believe that I can help them do it. And that's hard, isn't it? Like coming off that call and being like, fucking hell, I could have helped that person.
But now they're just going to go back to the normal life, continuing to be shit.
Now they're going to go and pay someone for a fucking diet plan.
Yeah.
Now they're going to sign up to Weight Watchers for fucking 3 years.
And fuck their lives.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tough. Have we even spoken about challenges as a coach? Doubt. We spoke about doubt, comparison.
Spoke about doubt. Spoke about comparison. I've just spoke about that. That's a frustration for me, being able to actively voice, like actively draw out the right emotions in someone to understand that, like, this is what you need.
Yeah.
Daddy's here to give you what you need. What you want.
That was creepy. Oh my God. Can we please speak about that disgusting post that you put up the other day of you holding your own ass? It was disgusting. It made me feel sick.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Told you. I'm going to say it again because I'm going to put this as a soundbite, right? Daddy gives you what you want. Daddy gives you what you need, not what you want.
Oh my God.
Right down the lens as well.
Oh
right down the
my
lens.
God. I feel sick.
Good.
I feel sick.
It's part of me new content direction. Yeah. Just make people sick, entertain them, make them feel uncomfortable. All the shit that works.
Oh my God, it's disgusting.
There it is.
Could you put one of the could you put one of the cameras on that?
Yeah, I've done it.
Yeah. Oh my God, it's fucking vile.
I burst out laughing. See, do you know the
God.
more I looked at it?
Do you know
right?
what's even worse? It looks like you're about to rape yourself. It looks like the girl version of you isn't into it at all.
Do you know my favorite part about it? Because I kind of just threw the image bit together, right? Because I was in a rush. Is that, do you know what makes it for me? Do you know what makes it so good for me? Is the lack of effort I've put in to making those two heads line up with the people's heads. Like, that lack of effort has actually made that post better. Like, if I'd spent time like filtering those two heads together to make them fit on the necks and to hide the hair, it wouldn't have been as good. But the fact that I just took that one head image, made it a little bit smaller, flipped it and overlaid it on the top, really brings it out. Like,
oh my God,
from an artistic and design standpoint, that's what made it work.
It's disgusting.
Yeah, but got loads of content interactions, so
got lots of engagement.
Because do you know what? I woke up that morning, it was Valentine's Day, and I was like, right, okay, there's going to be a load of shitty Valentine's posts from coaches today with like stuff to do with Valentine's Day, and it's just going to all look the same. So it was just like, okay, what can I make that no one else is going to do today? I was like, there you go, me necking myself.
Disgusting, lad. I've just thought of when you before we spoke about that challenge as a coach, people not filling the check-ins in.
I had this conversation with Bryce from M10 this week about that. About like what I wanted to ask them about ways, like I wanted to ask all of the coaches about what they do with their check-ins to get good responses. Because at the moment, well, what I was doing was 2 short check-ins, Monday, Wednesday, and a phone call every 2 weeks. And then you have to turn up to the phone call and it's more engaged and you're actually speaking to me. Because I thought that maybe that's what it was, that they were getting a video from me and it wasn't very engaging, so they were switching off. So I thought the phone call would be better. But then the disengaging from that, and it's like, it's 6 questions, come on. Like, I'll chase you for it because I need it. But it's fucking frustrating that I have to chase you for it. Like, you're paying me for this. Answer the fucking questions.
Yeah.
However, I've come up with a solution, I think. 1, I'm just going to keep chasing you because fucking... 2, I need to increase the value, the perceived value of the check-in. Because I don't think for some clients when they drop off the check-ins, they've lost the perceived value of that check-in. And then 2, right, I'm starting this new thing. So I'm still going to do the mini check-ins Wednesday, Friday to have the touch points. But, and you'll probably do this because you went to uni. So it was he used to be a lecturer in uni. And this would give me the idea for it. A drop-in clinic twice a week. So I schedule a Zoom call twice a week. And if you're listening to this and you're a coach, you can steal this idea. Don't give a fuck. Use it. If it benefits you, you're welcome.
Nice.
And you set a Zoom call up. So you're working away in the office, wherever you are, start the Zoom call, just have it on in the background, work away. Someone pops up, chat to them, and you
Sick.
get like an hour. I haven't decided exactly how long I'm going to give to it, but twice a week on like a Wednesday or a Friday,
Nice.
there's just going to be a drop-in clinic for an hour
Nice.
every single week. So you're not going to have a one-to-one call with me, because sometimes they just turn into a bit of a chit-chat, don't they?
Yeah.
And it's like, this isn't like, I don't need to know that you fucking took the dog out yesterday. Like, it's not helping you reach your goals, me knowing that. So the drop-in clinic is going to be for that.
Nice.
And you've got 2 hours twice a week. It's twice a week, every week.
Mm.
So I'm excited for that.
That's cool.
Because then people are going to bring a problem. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And if they don't, then sound.
So,
Um,
I like that.
yeah.
I like that a lot. I think I'm going to steal that when I get some good Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Don't start it now. It'd just be more frustrating than I. Do it. Do it. Fuck off. Fuck.
What's weird? I can't upload Looms, but I can do Zoom calls. Like the Zoom call holds. Sometimes it breaks up a little bit,
Yeah.
but it holds, and I can get through it. But a Loom is just fucked.
Is that, and I am not, we've had this conversation before, I'm not good with technology at all or understanding how it works. But does that mean that you've probably got good upload speed and bad download speed, or the other way around?
Maybe.
Because you can't upload Zooms, which would mean shit upload speed, but
Yeah.
you can download,
Well, you upload Looms, don't you? To
you
there.
upload Looms, but maybe you're using download speed to be able to.
Yeah. There's probably some
Zoom.
computer whiz, Jacob.
I don't know if that's how it works, but
Yeah. Probably not. But
stay in my lane.
yeah. I think I'm definitely gonna rob that. I like that. Rather than doing, I think that would be better than doing a weekly live with everyone.
Yeah.
Because you got like 2 people to turn up anyway, and you've got to plan it, and it's just so much effort, and
Yeah.
no one's asked anyway.
So I'll keep on producing content for the education library, but I don't need people to turn up for that.
You know what I'm properly excited about? Getting a new website done. And I think you might already have one of the a member site, or you're getting one.
I've got it. It's just
Yeah. But I'm gonna
Graphist have
start.
launched a new one that looks fantastic.
Yeah.
So I want them to work some of that in.
Well, I've got one already, but it's just really shit. So Graham is doing my new one, and I'm just gonna hammer loads of educational stuff into that. So I probably will leave the weekly Zooms and start doing a drop in. That would be sick.
Yeah.
I like that idea a lot. But the other day I heard a podcast with Cuba on. You know Cuba. And he was talking about this. People not filling the check-ins in. I actually think it's partly. I don't think they mean it in a disrespectful way, but it's partly disrespectful. I think so. I don't chase people up unless it's the first couple. Unless it's the first week or so.
I used to be like that. I remember Arc Nutrition, that Andrew Keeler.
Yeah.
He's very much like that. If you don't check in, fuck you. Like that's your check-in.
Yeah.
Like, don't worry, you've wasted your time.
Mm.
But I think it depends who you're working with.
Mm.
I think it depends very much on the person. Like, if
I think
you're
go on.
like a prep coach and you're prepping someone and they don't check in, unlucky kid. Like, if you look shit on show day, that's not my fault. Do you know what I mean? Like, whereas I think for some other people, they need that constant chase. To a point.
Like,
Whereas if,
as I said, the first couple of weeks, I'll chase someone up. If you're missing, we check in after check in after check in.
well, at that point, I just fucked them off.
Yeah, just like sound. Just keep paying me. I'm not gonna.
Yeah. Then there's that then as well, isn't there? Like, if you're not going to check in and I'm chasing you and you want to carry on paying me, okay, more fool you.
Huh?
I'm still going to keep having a go at you. I'm still going to be like, what are you doing here? But then, to be fair, it depends, because some people are like, they won't check in, they'll carry on paying you. They're happy to just be sent a training program and like have access to the education portal and stuff. And that's like, great, okay, my job's a fucking piece of piss. I'm not going to do anything. But then you've got clients who don't check in but come to you with problems, and they're the ones that get booted. Like, don't skip 6 check-ins and then come to me and say you're frustrated about gaining weight and like your dog's cat's auntie's died and that's what threw you off for the last couple of weeks. It's like, mate, get out. Get out. Like, that's not what I'm here for. I'll help you, but if you take the piss, like that is I agree with you.
Like that level. I think, as you said,
disrespectful.
You chase someone for anyone's time if they're constantly showing no level of awareness around the fact that they need to fucking fill the check-in, and otherwise what the fuck are they here for? It's just like it's one of them, lad, innit?
Also, I get a bit like, I get frustrated. It's disrespectful only because there's an understand, and this is where I'm gonna.
It's only because it's our understanding why we find it disrespectful, because we know how important that check-in is.
Yeah.
If you don't fill that in, that like you're fucking yourself.
Well, something again with so I'm making quite a few changes this week. Not this week. This like starting this week. Definitely not making them all this week. I'd commit suicide. Where like when people sign up, there's gonna be, because I had a conversation with one of my clients. She won a free 3 months working with me, and she's absolutely fucking smashed it, which I'm so made up about, because it's always a bit of a worry that when you train someone for free, isn't it? She's nailed it, and then had a stinker this month, and I went, do you know what? Stay on for another month for free. And she was like, I can't do that. It's taking the piss. I was like, look, it's in my best interest to get you a good result. It makes me more money and it grows the business if you get a good result. And you're already smashing it. You just had a shit month. Stay on for another month so the before and after pictures look better. I was like, you're helping me by staying on. It'll make me more money in the long run if you stay on. And she was like, oh, okay, sound. So what I'm going to say and what I don't say, because I was kind of a bit sheepish about it, maybe, I don't know, is that when someone signs up, I'm like, right, okay, look, I'm going to help you get from A to B. However, you need to do this shit for me, because if you don't, it loses me money. You need to do well to make me look good. And I'm going to put it nicer than that, but I'm also going to put it very straightforward that, look, you're coming into my world to achieve results. My business is built on the fact that I am able to get you from A to B. So if you come in and take the piss, don't follow the plan, don't engage in the stuff, don't use the tools that are here that guarantee you will get the result, fuck off.
It's not even about like, you have to be perfect, you have to but at least show like, desire. Show
desire, show that you're ready to step out of that comfort zone, show that you're ready to step up and have a shit week and tell me about it. The simplest of tasks of, oh no, I didn't check in. By the way, my week's gone to shit this week. Can you help?
Yeah.
Because that's what my job is to help that shit week. Do that. Yeah. And then I'll do the rest. I'll do all the hard work. You just tell me that you're having a shit week. I'll do the rest.
And yeah, I mean, it's just one of them.
It was the voice note you sent me the other day.
What did I say?
Basically just saying I need to stop being a pussy around. I need to stop pussyfooting around some of my clients. And I was like, do you know what? Yeah, I do. I'll be nice to them because because I can't be a cunt, because I'm not a cunt. But also I'm a little bit too soft sometimes.
Yeah.
So it needs to just be, look, let's get this done.
Yeah. It's yeah. What I want to know is, if there's any coaches listening, what do you think about what we just said about check-ins? Comment it below if you're watching YouTube. You can't comment on Apple or Spotify, can you?
No.
So maybe messages on Instagram.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Write a review.
Just can you ask a question in a review? Yeah.
Yeah.
While you're there, just give us a 5-star as well. Nice one.
Give us a 5-star and ask us a question.
No, in all seriousness, we're trying to grow the podcast this year. It's something that we both love, and we want it to be a large part of our life. It's at the minute we just sort of do it for fun. We do it for content. It helps us. It helps me with Instagram, because most of the time I can't be arsed writing a post, so I'll just clip a bit of this and post it. So it's great. I love it. But it's also one of the best parts of our week, and we want to make it like a serious part of our lives as well. So we're trying to grow it significantly this year. So if you could leave a review, then please do. It would be massively, massively appreciated.
Yeah. And that's it for this week.
That's it.
Yeah. Leave a review. Angrily from me. And we'll see you on the next one.